Hello, today we are going to fine-tune our bandsaw BAS 261. I'm going to replace the blade, and I want to show you some problems with this bandsaw and the way how I solve them. As you can see, piece is stuck inside. You can see the difference. I'm going to show you the drift on this small piece. This is the front side. It's about 11 millimeters. The exit side is bigger, almost 12 millimeters. In order to correct the position of the table regarding the position of the saw, I will put this ruler perpendicular to the saw, but in the space between the teeth. And I will close the fence. And now we can see the difference from here to here. I will show you. As you can see, it's about 2 millimeters. This is 0. And from this side we have 2 millimeters. We are going to adjust the position of the table. There are 4 screws from the bottom side, and we are going to adjust them. We finish the alignment of the rib fence with the saw. Now we are going to test it. So this was the front end, and this is the back end. 11 millimeters from one side and 11 millimeters from the other side. I think that the position of our table is now okay. I want to show you one small problem with this rib fence. On this place here there was a nut that was protruding maybe a millimeter out of this box, so I just simply grind it, and now the wood can fit tightly to the rib fence without interference. Before it was like this. I want to show you the lower guard here. It protects the blade and the bearings, but as you can see there is a problem here. I will gladly cut this here. And then I will have normal access to the bearings. This is the result of my cutting. This diameter of the circle is 76 millimeters, and this line here is the best thing that I can do with this blade that is 12 millimeter wide. I want to have complete line in one go. That's why I'm going to replace this blade with the smaller one with only 6 millimeters wide. Before you start working on changing the saw on this bandsaw, first thing, check the power and open the upper box. We need to release the tension on the wheel. I think that's enough. We need to remove this piece here. A little bit more. And our blade is out. I'm going to show you the way how to pack your blade. You just press the blade with one foot and make a full turn of 360 degrees of the blade. So the old blade is out. This is the new one. I will put the old one in the box. So this is our new blade. We are going to unpack it. And installed. Before I continue with changing the saw, I want to cut this piece in order to have a full access to these bearings here for adjustment. I have made the cut on the guard. Now we are going just to return it to its place. Okay, now I'm going to install the new saw. Next thing is to check how the blade is lying on the wheel. You can see here that the blade is coming out from the front end. We need to correct that. On the back side there is a knob for regulating the position of the wheel. We are going to use that. So this is the current position of the saw belt on our wheel. Correct position is lower end of this teeth needs to be in the middle of this rubber belt. We're going to need to make some adjustments. Okay, let's try now. A little bit more. Half a turn more. No, back quarter. I would say this is the correct position. I will repeat once more. The lower end of the teeth needs to be in the center of this rubber belt. I'm going to lock this position. So I have finished with adjusting the tension on my saw blade. I would like to show you the result. A lot of people use this place on the saw to check the tension. If you put a pressure, no more than 5 millimeters tilt. Also, you can check on this place. If you put a tension, 3 to 5 millimeters swivel. This is good. Next, we are going to adjust the position of the side bearings, left and right. This edge of the bearing should be a few millimeters behind this end of this teeth. But as you can see, in this moment it is far off. We need to adjust the position of the bearings with this here nut. I have made the adjustment of the side bearings. As you can see, the front end of this bearing is well behind the end of this teeth, so it won't damage them. Side bearings should not interfere with the free run of the blade. For that reason, they need to be as close as possible to the saw blade, but not touching it. When we make this run, the bearings should remain still. There is a few ways to do. Someone puts a spy gauge or paper. I would like to show you mine. I just put a gentle pressure on this side. In this moment, you see the bearing is moving, but I've put a little pressure here, like this. You can see bearing is not moving during the free run, but if I put a little pressure on the blade, bearing is starting to move. Same thing I'm going to do with the other bearing. Let's check it. This is a nice angle to show you the position of the bearing. As you can see, in the free run, bearings are not moving. When I put a little pressure on this side, bearing is starting to move. On the other side also. This is a good setup. So this is the position of the thrust bearing. It is right behind the saw. We need to put distance on 0.5 millimeters here. I have this old spy gauge. I will use it to make the adjustment. This is the nut that releases the thrust bearing. I'm going to release it and then I will make the adjustment. We are going to repeat the same procedure on lower bearings. Let's check it. No. Yes, this is a good position. Let's see the result of our adjustment. Saw is running freely. If I put a little pressure, the thrust bearing starting to work. Left one and right one. This is a good setting. Okay, we finished with the installation of the new blade. I would like to just run a quick summary of all the things that we've done. First, we release the tension of the wheel. We extract the old saw belt, and then we install the new one. After that, we check the position of the saw belt on the wheel, adjust the tension. After that, we adjust the position of the side bearings, upper set, and side bearings lower set. And after that, we adjust the position of the thrust bearing, that is this one here, and also thrust bearing on the lower set. We are all done. We have a nice quiet run on the saw. Now we are going to install the table and make the adjustments on the table. I have finished with the adjustment of the table. You can see the position of the blade regarding to the table, and this is also position on the scale from the bandsaw itself. This rail goes back. We are going to check the position of the table regarding to the saw with the next test. Okay, now we are going to do one test cut to see how the bandsaw is working. This is nice. This is the same piece from the beginning when we cut it with the 12mm blade. Now we are going to use the 6mm to see the difference. Let's try. Okay, so this is the result. I'm not so good at working with the bandsaw, but you can see the result that this saw is going the line all the way. Okay, let's see what kind of a curve can we make with our 6mm blade. First, we'll lower the guard. Okay, you can see that with the 6mm blade I can make much lower radiuses than with 12.